farm update. Today is the 28th. Yeah, March 28th. At 7 o'clock. I just got up. I've been kind of waking up since 6. My alarm started going off at 6, but I just ignored it till about 6:45. Then I started getting up, so it's almost 7 now. I finally got the south fence line lined out. It's not perfectly straight, but it's straight enough for the professional to come in and finish the job. Yeah. My agenda today, after I take care of the animals, I'm gonna borrow a friend's pickup. Come over here and get my white truck, take it over to a mechanic friend's. And then I got over, you can't see it. Well, you might be able to barely see it way over there. I got my junk yard. I've got 2 other Dodge Dakotas I paid like $500 for. I'm gonna take one of them over to his place and have him. Sorry, my alarm went off and stopped the video. So anyways, I'll take one of those junk trucks over there and have him take parts off of it to fix this one. And to fix my other truck, which is at a different mechanic's place. They can't find parts for it. These trucks are 30 years old. So I think it's time to get a newer truck. There's Mimi. First thing I'm going to do this morning, it's cold, so cold enough my tear ducts are watering. Mimi. I got my hands full right now, Mimi. She's like, you're not going to pet me? But the first thing I'm going to do, there's Callie. I couldn't find you last night. Let's go see your babies. I was just thinking about you. I was about to talk about you. Night before last, I put her in the chicken coop because that's where she had her babies, in the chicken nest box. Of all places. So, yeah, first thing I was going to do is open that up so she can have her babies. Hopefully they survive the night. It wasn't freezing, but it got down in the low 40s. So they might be really cold in there. But, you know, I couldn't find her last night. I looked for her till midnight. So I'm a little wiped right now because whoa, she's under my feet. I wore myself out yesterday working my butt off, working on fencing and other things, but mostly fencing. All right, first place she went was her babies. So here's some pizza. Well, they sound like they're alive, so that's good. I got some chocolate here that old chocolate I didn't like. So I'm giving that to the chickens. Now we'll go take care of the cats. I'll come back and check on the kittens. Yeah, cool. Hopefully the kittens are okay. They sounded okay, but I didn't check on them, so most I was worried about getting her in there so she could take care of them. But anyway, Yeah. So my agenda today is get those pickup trucks over to my mechanic friends. He actually works in Greenfield, but he's got a garage at his house and he works on cars there on the side. So this truck will run, but I should not be driving it. It is the transfer case that's bad on it, and something else. I don't know what it is. I can't remember. I'm not a mechanic, so I don't know what that stuff is called. Oh, cats. David thinks we got coons, but I don't think so. I think it's just the cats making a mess of things all the time. So this is our cat house. I gotta clean it up. Because I know David won't. But anyway. It's a disaster in here. It's still cold, so I give them 3 scoops. I'm giving them this can. It's a bigger, can. It's maybe 32 ounces. And then I have like a diatomaceous herbal blend that I put in their food, which is right here. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, we put these wire clips on the feeders or the storage containers so the coons can't get in and eat the food. This is dog food. We don't have a dog anymore. So what I do is every time I get cat food and put it in here, I'll take a few scoops from the dog food and blend it in with the cat food so it doesn't go to waste. But you don't want cats to have too much dog food, or you don't want dogs to have too much cat food. So yeah. Burn barrels. I'm gonna light these things up. That's got water in it. Turn that over. The lid for that's over here. Oh, another thing I probably need to do today is finish my horse trailer. It needs a little bit more work. I forgot I had these boards down here, so what I need might be right there. I got boards in my boat storage, but yeah, I don't have a pickup truck to go over there and get them. So after I take my trucks over to my friends, well, I guess I could use my other friend's truck to go to boat storage, but I get these. And I'm not in a big hurry to get the horse trailer done, but I am wanting to get the horse trailer done soon. I gotta take these. I'm gonna take my friend to the laundromat, so I gotta come back down and bag these up. I've been letting God wash them. They're nasty. So I let, I God wash them, and now that they've been out here for a minute, uh, air washing and drying, or God washing and drying, I could take them to the laundromat and officially clean them. So I'm taking a widow friend of mine to the laundromat because she can't drive and she ain't got no transportation. And I gotta do laundry too, so I took her with me. Oh, there's some other shorter pieces I might be able to use. Oh wait, no, those are the actual Amish and old school 2x4s. 2x6s. It'll be too tall. It'll still work. It's just a little patch that I need to fix. All right. And I don't really need to check on the goats right now. So, here, chickens. Here's some pizza. Oh. Dang, girl. Rusty can't even get in there. He's like, what the hell, these damn women. I'm gonna check this. This is my automatic chicken feeder. I had it set for 7 p.m. Now I got it set for 8 p.m. All right, cool. Just making sure I did it right. I only gotta fill this, well, once a week or once every other week now, because it's almost summer. I probably should still have it go off twice, but it's all right. How's your babies, Callie? Are they all alive? It looks like they are. All right, cool. All right, they look like they're good and healthy, so we're good. Had a girl come down, not yesterday, but the night before, evening before, or I should say came up from Arkansas to look at the place, see if she wanted to join in and help out. I had been advertising on ic.org, and because I was trying to work. Originally, I wanted to do like a farm stay, work stay. So I want, because this area is like a tourist area, not quite like Branson or anything, but we got the lake here and some other tourist-like stuff, like the river. People come up and go fishing. We got a really popular fishing bridge. And some other minor stuff, nothing major, just mostly camping, river stuff, and lake stuff, right? So, and I didn't pick this area because of that. I actually picked this area because a friend was going to retire down here, and I ended up down here for another reason, which is a really long story. So I ended up staying in the area because David Ray was here with me already, and David Irish was planning on retiring down here. So we were like, well, let's find new land because the one I got scammed into, that was a bust, obviously. So we're like, let's find new land in the area. So I got this place. It's only 3 miles from the other property. Meh. Everybody looks all right. I'll check on them closer later. If David looks in on them, this is the extent of his looking in on them. 3 weeks ago, I came home to 4 sick goats and 3 dead goats. And I asked David when he last checked on them, and he's like, I checked on them this morning, which is like maybe 2-3 hours, maybe 4 tops before I got home, right? He goes, everybody looked okay. I'm like, oh, really? So obviously he either lied to me, he didn't check them at all, or if he did, he just half-assed, checked on them. So that's not satisfactory. And that's why I need more help around here. I'm looking for a new business partner. And I might have found one or two. So this girl was in Arkansas. Her dad actually has like a campground down there in Jasper. But and she may ultimately end up back there. So she's looking at just like, I don't know, maybe a temporary place that she can have her own life until she gets older and her parents get older. She may end up back down there and taking over their property because they got like 60 acres down there. So she may end up back down there. No, who knows? Which is fine, no worries. But she seems like she's a high caliber person and a good potential business partner. I mean, who knows? She might stay here. Or, I might sell this place and move down there, if, her and I work out business-wise. And just all depends, because they got a similar place down there, but it's bigger. And their environment down there is similar to the environment up here. The land's different. I probably have better land. I mean, even though it's smaller, I probably have better land. So there's my junkyard. I mean, I got my junk. I got a bunch of junkyards, unfortunately, but I got this is technically supposed to be my junkyard over here. But I also got junk. I got junk everywhere. And, but I've been parking the cars over here. And my trailer's right here. So I got 2 Dodge Dakotas. I got my mom's old van and my mom's SUV. And then another friend's car who's now in a nursing home. So this Dodge Dakota here in the front is the one I'm going to probably take over there. And it technically runs. So I could probably just drive it up onto the trailer. I need to get this thing fixed so that I can just use it. But anyway, I got a gazillion things that need to be done. So I'm basically going to put fencing right here. And this will be a goat yard. I'm going to put fencing around here. That'll be a goat yard, chicken yard. Oh, we can go this way. And basically, I'm going to have like 3, 4, 5, technically 5 yards going up the front. They'll be big yards. Be like just shy of 200 foot by 200 foot. Like 185, 190, 180, something like that, So somewhere between 180 and 190. by 180 to 190. So, basically from here to there and then up that way, and I'll show you that. These will be little garden plots. And inside the goat yards, after we run the goats through them, we can also garden in them. So my original plan was to build cabins in each one of the goat yards. I just haven't got enough goat yards up to do this. So these gardens here will be like the chicken coop. The chicken coop is 50 by 50 goat horse fence, right? So my plan is, this is, I wouldn't call it an acre, but it's shy of an acre, maybe like 3/4 of an acre. I don't know how many square feet are in an acre. I gotta Google that. But if you take 190 or 180 by 180 and figure out what the square footage of that is versus the square footage of an acre, that's how big that's going to be. And then inside the center of the yard somewhere, I'm going to do 50 by 50 horse fence. And inside that is where I'm going to build a cabin, And originally, my plan was to have a different style of off-grid cabin in each yard. So I had big dreams at the time. Now I'm just like, forget that. I'll just do whatever, And I thought about just making them all look like the chicken coop, to be honest. But who knows? Maybe I'll still do the other plan if I got some decent help. So like in one yard, have a cob house cabin. So when people come and stay in the cabin, they can kind of get the look and feel of a cob home, right? And then in another yard, have like an earthship cabin where people can get the look and feel of an earthship, And I don't know how to do the whole kit and caboodle of all these different style of cabins. I just kind of have an idea. And that's where David Ray was supposed to come in, because he's like super knowledgeable. He just doesn't really do anything with that knowledge, unfortunately. Some people are like super smart and super efficient and are super successful. Well, I'm not super smart. I am smart, but I'm not like that kind of smart. But I am proactive. So I can get things done. I just don't really know how to get things done. And so I just do it the best that I can. Where David really knows the stuff, but he doesn't really do the stuff. And then when I do the stuff, because he won't do the stuff, then he comes and tells me how I did it wrong. And that pisses me off. So then I'm like, fuck it, So, but if I can get some reliable help in here that knows how to do stuff or can help me figure it out and get it done proper, then, or proper enough, then that'd be awesome. So she's got experience with the campground, managing the Airbnb type of thing. So that's kind of what I want to do. Have a cabin in each yard. Have it protected by the horse fence. So when we do run the goats through there, whatever's inside that yard, say we have flowers or something that we want to protect from the goats, it'll be inside that horse fence 50 by 50 yard. And so basically this is a corner right here. So I'll have to move those cars because they're in the way. But so we'll have fencing go straight across here, and this will be one yard. I'll have the road go down the middle, and then we can build infrastructure out here as well along the road. I'll move my overseas storage containers down here so they're not an eyesore up on the road. I'll put cattle panels around these really tall blackberries, because these really tall blackberries are really yummy. So anyways, and there'll be another goat yard here. This T-post basically marks the like 185 mark. I'll have to measure it again. But basically the fence line will be right about here. And then, so where I got a single T-post, that's where the fence line will run. And then where I got the triple T-posts, that's where the corners are. Leo, you're crazy. So, and like I said, they're all approximately 180, 190. So here's another one. So we'll have a cabin in there, and maybe even a cabin in this one. And then up here, we got the wood splitting yard, or the wood cell yard, which I don't even know if we'll actually have that stuff up here, but one of our ideas was to have an after hours lumber. I'm not sure that's actually going to become a thing or not, but if it does, we'll have it up here. Then the greenhouse, I'm leaving room for a couple greenhouses up here. Maybe 3 tops. And then behind that, so somewhere around in here will be the back end of that. And then I'll do probably 3 more goat yards down this way. 3 or 4, it just depends, right? All the way down to the pond. And then I'll have 3 goat yards in the back. So that's 3, 6, 9, 10, maybe 11. And maybe even 12, I don't know. But so most of the goat yards have, a dozen cabins maybe. And then, like I said, down the middle is where the work stay members can live. And then we'll rent out the cabins. And then, like I said, run goats through the yards. And then we can grow crops behind the goats, like watermelons, pumpkins, whatever the case may be. The bigger stuff, like your zone 3 or 4 stuff. I'm not familiar with exactly what grows in each zone, but I call it A, B, and C, so it doesn't get confused with the weather zones. My hands are freezing. So we got blackberries up there. I gotta clean this up too because it looks like trash. And this is the wood splitting yard. And will be the wood for sale yard, like our little lumber yard. Like I said, if we even do that, but and that's why I gotta hire somebody else to do the fencing. It's like we started doing this last year sometime, and it still ain't done. I had to come home and not officially do it myself, but get the ball rolling. Otherwise, he won't do anything. We've been here 7 years, and we only got 2 goat yards. We got one up right away because he was like, we need a minimum of 3 goat yards. So I was like, all right, let's do this. So we got one up right away. Then he didn't bother to do anything after that. It took me 3 years to get him to do the second goat yard, and we still don't have a third. So I was going to set up over there along this invisible fence. That's not there yet. I was going to set up some big blocks, concrete blocks, so that we could sell mulch and gravel and stuff like that. But that's probably never going to happen. So I'm going to turn this into a goat yard also. And I'll have it connected to here, but this will be more or less like my sick yard or my newcomer yard. So I'll bring them into here and rotate them that way a little bit, at a time. If I get newcomers, if they're sick, that's a different story. But this will be my corral area. So I'll build a maze in here and I'll set up my corral so we can either milk them up here because she wants to milk the goats. The girl that came up. And David talks about it, but he'll never do that. He might with her helping, but by himself, he's only milked them once or twice in the 10 years that we've had them. So we'll have our milking area maybe up here. And we'll also have our medication area up here. So if they're sick and we need to medicate them, or if they got worms and we need to medicate them, or if we need to test them or anything, we'll run them up in here, run them through the maze, and do what we need to do. Do what we need to do. Eventually, these containers will be out of here. They'll be down the middle of the road, so they won't be an eyesore up here. And maybe I'll put another goat yard up here, but I doubt it. I'm not sure what I'll do with this front corner. But I definitely will have these cattle feed tanks up here in the front corner somewhere. Where I'll be selling cattle feed and or fertilizer or both. And like I said, I plan on having at least one or two more greenhouses up here, and then maybe I could do, a long skinny goat yard alongside the greenhouse, the third greenhouse, not sure. Or maybe do my solar panels over there, because I thought about doing that, a big solar setup. But initially, that was my initial thing, but I think basically what we'll do is we'll have solar stations at each place, and then each place will be independently solar and or wind charged, and then if we have the wherewithal to basically connect them all together, network them together, then we'll network them so that they can feed off of each other. So if one goes down, no big deal. The other ones will support it. So, all right, my fingers are freezing. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this. This is the farm update. That's basically what I'm going to do. And I got another guy up north. He too is a truck driver. He wants to tag team slip seat with me. So that way, one of us will be here all the time, and one of us will be on the road at all times, earning money. So we'll both bring in revenue for the farm, and we'll both be here to work. And so, like, one week I'll be here working while he's on the road driving, and then the next week I'll be on the road driving while he's here working. And so somebody will be here full time, somebody reliable. And like I said, if this girl works out, then that'll be cool too. And I got another girl who's interested in coming up, but she don't have transportation yet. And I got a new rule, that anyone who comes has to have their own transportation. They must be able to drive. So I don't need people here stranded, not being able to go anywhere. If society collapses, that'll be a different subject. But right now, everybody needs to be able to drive, have their own transportation. All right, that's it. All right, bye.